Hi, everyone. My name is Nakia White, and I'm a clinical social worker, psychotherapist, and a self care mindset coach. Welcome to your Mental Health Minute. This is my second video in a series that I plan to do and try to upload each week. Just as a reminder to check in with your own mental health to just see how you're doing. Too often, I feel like people come to work with people such as myself in this field when things have gotten so bad that they finally need some outside support. And in this video, I'm actually wanting to encourage everyone to check in with how their mental health is doing and not waiting until it feels so bad that you need someone to just help put all the pieces together. If we can kind of stay vigilant, keeping an eye on our mental health, it can kind of prevent things from getting too bad. Same thing with physical health. I know many doctors would recommend that people stay on top of their routine checkups and checking in with their health instead of only coming to the doctor when there's a serious mental health issue that's causing a lot of pain or disruption to quality of life. And so that's the purpose of these mental health minute videos. Proactive check-ins. Um, before things get too bad. So, in my last video, I introduced the concept of mental health hygiene, the importance of doing something every day as an upkeep to strengthen our mental health, lower our anxiety, lower our stress. In this video, I wanted to kind of elaborate on some possible ideas that you can do that are very simple. I'm emphasizing the simplicity around this because most of the time when we complicate something or we make it bigger than what it needs to be, it actually activates anxiety, creates a stress response, which means we're going to run away from it. So I feel like by emphasizing that some of the activities we can include in our mental health hygiene can be very small acts that are accessible, that are free, it can increase the chances that we'll give it a try to build it into our lifestyle. So actually, I love that in the first video, a few of you have put your comments. I love comments apart from it being just encouraging that people are enjoying some of this content. I love responding. It makes me feel like we're establishing this virtual relationship where we're just exchanging this beautiful wealth of knowledge that can be shared amongst everyone who tunes in. So there were some great ideas, such as talking with a friend, enjoying nature. And so I wanted to kind of use this space to just put out some more good ideas. The one thing I want to say is that these habits, these mental health habits that we're trying to include, should be things that your brain naturally enjoys. In other words, the way your brain is set up, when it's doing this activity, it just provides it pleasure. I don't have to make myself like it, it just is enjoyable. By creating space in our lives to do more enjoyable activities that are healthy, that brings us joy, that naturally de-stresses, that gives us an overall more positive mental health. So it shouldn't be anything that I have to discipline and make myself do. If I don't enjoy doing it, then it doesn't go in this category. Now, there are things we have to do that may not be enjoyable, but I just want to acknowledge that it's not one of the mental health hygiene habits that we're including here. If there is any discipline that we do have to do around these habits, it's just making sure we do them. Because they're enjoyable and because they don't always seem as urgent, sometimes we don't think it's as important. And so it's easy for us to neglect them, thinking that we need to put all of our time and energy into high, urgent, high important matters. And of course, most of the time, those matters are the very things that create stress and create anxiety. And we have to do them, they're our responsibilities. But what we don't want to do is say, you know what, because these activities are so enjoyable, they're not important. They are very important. They're so important because it actually helps our brains handle the heavy stuff. So if there is any discipline that we need to enact, it will be to remind ourselves that I need to treat this activity just as important as I do any other responsibility in my life. Just because it's enjoyable, just because I naturally enjoy doing it, does not make it any less important. In fact, it makes it more important because this is what helps my brain reset and handle the stress that is definitely coming my way. So, having said that, some examples that can go into this category can include beautiful outdoor walks in the sun, gaining some vitamin D, journaling, and it doesn't mean journaling 10 pages. It could just be writing a few statements. And it's only if you enjoy doing that. Sitting and taking deep breaths while you're outside taking in the fresh air. Now, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of cold weather, but the one thing we can say about the air quality when it's cool is that the air does feel more refreshing, right? So bringing in fresh air into our bodies while we are intentionally expelling, you know, not bad air, but air that has waste in it, right? Carbon dioxide. It could also include listening to my favorite music. It include reading a few pages from a book that I'm really enjoying. It could include just lighting candles during a bubble bath. It can also include watching my favorite comedy show, anything that makes you laugh, that creates laughter. That is such an amazing way to release stress. That's why we really enjoy comedy. Spending time with family and friends, people that after I leave their presence, I'm feeling more uplifted. Eating your favorite meal that's healthy and doing good for the body, or even sometimes enjoying a snack that's not always healthy. Sometimes it should be, but not all the time. But especially if the intention around this is to give myself joy. Now, if we start engaging in activities or behaviors that are not always healthy, but they make us feel good in the moment, I will address that in another video. But sometimes I could just be purposely doing something kind for myself, going and making an appointment for a massage, um, stretching, going on YouTube. There's so many great videos on YouTube or apps that have minute or 5 minute breathing exercises. Going to a yoga class, whatever you find enjoyable, putting it on your calendar as an appointment you must keep because this is how you take care of yourself and your brain. Either way, this mental health minute went into 6 minutes, but I wanted to follow up on the last video as it relates to what are some of the few things I can do to include in my mental health hygiene. Thank you so much for listening today. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about me or my practice or what I do, please feel free to check out my website, www.thrivecounselingdc.com. It was a pleasure to have your attention. Feel free to drop some comments if anything in this video you found helpful or you have anything to add. I hope you have a wonderful, peaceful, and productive week.